Hello, I'm Brian Sanders, pastor of the Studio Church in Edmonton. I just want to take a few minutes just to update you on some of the changes that are taking place at our church. So I know that people don't like change. Change is a difficult thing to accept sometimes, but sometimes it's just necessary. So here are some of the changes that we've made at the Studio Church. What I'm doing is I'm following instructions that were given to us by governmental bodies and ruling authorities as to how our church body should be run. So we're trying to fit in with that, and the old structure that we had just wouldn't allow us to do that completely. Particularly now that we've taken on a couple of other elements like 5 loaves and 2 fish and studiotv.ca as a part of the corporate structure of the Studio Church. So it's very important that we step forward, while we're stepping forward into those fields, that we look at all of the surrounding structure around us to make sure that that's good and solid, so we don't slip and stumble. So the whole process wasn't taken lightly, trust me. I mean, I talked to other pastors, I talked to people in authorities in churches. I looked at other models. I studied churches. I looked at successful churches. And when I say successful, I don't mean money-wise. I mean the congregation's happy with the way things are going. They're content because they can see what's there and what's transparent enough for them to understand that. The process that the Studio Church had up to this point wasn't very transparent. It wasn't laid out very well that anybody could, without an accounting degree, could remotely figure anything out. So it was very convoluted and kind of clouded in certain areas. So what we're trying to do is get rid of that. And those steps have been taken very successfully, I might add, and we have a new set of bylaws. So the changes that were made to the church was to basically secure the church's cash flow, the income and the outcome, and so we have a clear understanding of where all of that is and where all of that goes, what's required, and all of those other things. So we can put that into monthly newsletters and share that with the congregates. We have a brand new bulletin board up expressly for church business, which includes meetings from minutes and financial statements, newsletters, and that sort of thing. So we don't have a board right now. We have a president. We're looking for a corporate board of structure in order to be able to operate that. Now, understand that this model works after most of the churches in North America, and it works very well. So we adopted that process simply because it works so well. And there's little question. Accountants can come in and look at everything and see everything that's laid out, everything that came in through the church givings, through online, through the mail, through 5 loaves, 2 fish, through studiotv.ca, because those are all financially supported in various ways. And it's important, very important, that we set the groundwork for that now, so that when we step into a new level on Studio TV, it will be secured, it will be recorded properly. There is no gray area, and that was the problem we had before. We had too many gray areas in our corporate governance, the financial structure of the church, and all of those other things. And so we've eliminated those. We try and closed up all of those loopholes and gray areas. I don't want to say loopholes, but gray areas that nobody could really understand. And if different people from different walks of life read it, they would get a different understanding. So that's been eliminated. So now there's some great things in this new set of bylaws. These bylaws have been, we've gone over them. They're registered with the federal government now, and we are free to step forward in a brand new life of the church. And so I want to just touch on some of the awesome things that are in these bylaws, like we can help people celebrate their acceptance of Jesus Christ now. And more importantly, we can allow the whole congregates to help them celebrate that sort of thing. We can ordain people into positions of support for the senior pastor. People want to help. They're more than willing to help out. And if they can't do it financially, they can do it for a myriad of ways. And those structures are now built into the church, and people can choose and find out where they fit best in any of those ordinations or structures of that sort of thing. So the Studio Church incorporated all of the suggestions that were made to me. I spent a great deal of time combing over these and refining it and adding and removing and that sort of thing. So now we are now in full compliance with all of the governing bodies, all of Revenue Canada, the pastoral support system is all in place now, and so these have all been recorded, like I said, and registered, and we're ready to go. So I hope you understand the changes that needed to be made. It's not something that particularly want to do, go around changing things when it works, but our system did not work. It works now. I'm very happy, and you will be very happy with the system, with the outcome, with the transparency, the non-complexity of the whole system, and we can move forward as a church body. So if you don't have a church home, please do consider the Studio Church. We're very organized. We're getting there, and we're looking for members that will follow our a passion for Jesus Christ, and as we step into the future with our current church and with the magnificent plans that we have coming up very soon. So with those words, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again.